Hi, everyone. Welcome to Art and Talk. Art and Talk is an online interviewing platform for artists to share their art and their creativity and their passion. We embrace all the arts, the traditional arts and the spiritual arts, to bring you diverse and quality interviews to watch and to be inspired by. If you're new to us, welcome. If you've been watching us for a while, welcome. We appreciate your continued support. You can always stay connected with Art and Talk on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. You can like and follow us on Twitter and also on Facebook. We appreciate your support. Thank you again, everyone, for being with us. I'm Leslie Sue, the host for Art and Talk. And today we have a guest visual artist. He's a multidisciplinary artist. And we're going to take a look at some of his sacred geometry in his artwork. And we're also going to be looking at sound vibration and finding out all these different influences that he has and taking a look at some examples of his artwork as well. So thanks so much for connecting in with us. I'd like to welcome our guest for today, Simon Wieland. Hi, Simon, welcome.
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, it's great to have you here. We're so grateful to connect with you. All right, so you have a lot of influences with the sacred geometry, and you've studied some ancient and esoteric literature and texts, and you're into sound vibration, you're into a lot of things. Can you share with us a little bit about your influences and about the beginnings of your artistic journey?
Sure, I'll be happy to do that. So, yeah, my name is Simon. I was like, since I was a kid, I always been exploring reality, a reality a different way. I always felt the difference than my friends, than the people around me. So, and also my father, like when I was a teenager already, he introduced me to terms like meditation, chakras, and so my mind open for these things. So yeah, for lots of stuff which everyone go through. I was mainly on drums, also guitar, bit of piano, and I was a DJ for many years. So I always had connection to music. But then, like at the age around 25, I started to exploring like spiritual things, esoteric things more deeply. You know, I really like opened my mind to it a lot. So then, after like many books and specific Flower of Life, written by this book, and but I had like crazy amount of synchronicities around me, like really, it was like magical experience, and then also it was the feeling like this is the kind of knowledge I knew already, would just like remember it again, and yeah, and then I remember there was the author's suggestion was to start drawing this flower of life, seed of life, flower of life pattern, and just start to experiment with this pattern, you know, to draw it. And then when I start doing it, some specific like way of understanding happening, and I start experimenting with that a lot, you know, seeing all these connections and what's going on when once you expand in it, it's just yeah, I decided to start making art with it. And first I create simple patterns, then start to expand in it and experiment with it. And every next one was like like evolution, you know. Every next piece was just growing and then showing me the more possibility. yes, and then that's this magical journey begins, you know, like um, yeah, every next piece like bring me some specific way of understanding it. I don't know, like it's difficult to explain it, you know. It's just like a feeling, and then and puts me in a specific state, like meditation. Because also with the time I developed like this special technique that I'm using, where I'm connecting my breath with drawing, and then like how it works. I'm drawing the line on the exhale. So this in this way, like it, it brings my mind to a specific state, and then really connects me with my artwork. So after a couple of hours of drawing, I'm somewhere else. You know, I'm really connected with what I'm doing. So yeah, and also the way I'm drawing it, I never really plan what I'm gonna do. It's just always starting with simple pattern, you know, with the circle or something, and then like I let my creativity flow. So it also is really exciting for me to see the result on the end. So I'm always excited to see what's gonna happen, and yeah, it's really interesting experience. So then I start like sharing my art after a while when when I've been making next piece. I'm start to sharing my artwork with people, and then like something also interesting. I realized something interesting. Like people start to react in a very specific way. They like it a lot, of course, but also I've seen some specific reaction, you know, also like how people react to sacred geometry, to symmetric patterns, you know, when you keep these proportions, specific patterns, it is like harmonizing them. It's similar to sound therapy, you know, when you're using specific frequencies to harmonize people. I think it's happening the same way, but through visual, through our eyes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So this harmony, and I love how you were saying the kind of like breath work through your art, breathing in, and then when you're breathing out, you're actually creating the lines, and that's kind of bringing you into a higher state of consciousness. And then the viewer, as you were saying, once you started to create these sacred geometry works, that you were seeing that they were also experiencing what you were experiencing through the patterns and the lines and
Yeah.
the wholeness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that would also give me even more excitement and more energy to create next pieces. And also, I would like to add my experiments with cymatics, which is the way that we can see the sound visual. Also brought me an even more understanding about geometry and how it connects to everything. Because basically, cymatics is yeah, when we record and just see cymatics, this vibration, especially on the water surface. That's what I like to experiment with water. Then exactly the same geometry appears, like sacred geometry, like this uh, hexagonal shapes or octagonal or many different as the different frequency create the different shape, which is really amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, your work is just really breathtaking. It's absolutely exquisite. And then I love how you also brought in the sound vibration, and you also play several instruments, as you said. So you know you also tap into that audio aspect as well as the visual and whatnot. Let's go ahead and show your video that kind of over look some different areas that you work into. Is there anything you'd like to say, Simon, about it before we take a look at it?
Sorry, could you please repeat? I think something happened with video. I couldn't hear you.
Sure, sure. We're going to go ahead and show your video that shows a lot of the different areas that you work in. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us about the video before we take a look?
Uh, Basically, that video you're gonna see on the video all the different areas that I'm working with, so we can discuss it later after we watch it. I think that's the best way.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second and I'll go ahead and pull this up and we'll take a look. So beautiful. You really take us on this whole like interdimensional cosmic
Glad
ride.
to hear that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So and I love that you also showed a lot of close-ups so we could really get a feel to kind of be in your space for a moment, you know, as you're actually creating all these, you know, geometric patterns and lines and whatnot.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I showed the different areas that I'm working with. Also, I haven't mentioned before the graphic and the animation that I do. That happened around 2017. That I took one of scan on one of my piece. I scan it and I just put it into Photoshop and I just start cutting little like details from it, and then I put it all together in the video editing software. So my idea was to like take it and start moving, bring it to life. You know, I always had it in my mind that something like that would look really cool, and that's how it all begins. And then I started creating more and more, and then I jump into like 3D animation, which you could see in the video. So yeah, that's something that's never ends to evolve. It never stops to evolve. Is That's what I like about artwork and creativity. That it's like evolution. You never stops, and then I don't like something that I'm gonna achieve it and just keep repeating it over and over again. It's not like that. I like to always find the new ways. What else I can do it? What I can do with it.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's really good fun.
Mhm. So you're really like an experimenter.
Also, yeah, it's like it's constant experiments, you know, which is really exciting thing to do.
Yeah, so that helps to keep it fresh as well. I'm wondering, Simon,
Yeah.
some people may not be familiar with the flower of life. Could you just kind of tap into that? And because I know there's a big influence into your sacred geometry work, and then your sound vibration and 3D movement. Share with us a little bit about the kind of esoteric teachings with that, if you would.
Yeah. Basically, like flower of life is a symbol, is a really ancient symbol version of it, which is seed of life, which is basic 7 circles, which you connect them all with the centers, and they naturally form a like hexagon pattern. And then once we keep adding next circles to it, we create the flower of life, and then a fruit of life, and then a Metatron's cube. So basically, what comes from these patterns, we have something like platonic solids. Is a basic 5 forms, shapes, which lay on the base of our reality. So basically, everything what we see in our reality is based on one of these forms. It actually comes from flower of life pattern. Literally everything, you know, like all the molecular structures, plants, snowflakes, crystals, everything we can imagine, even us, which is what is really interesting. Uh, when the how to put it in the words, when the first division of the cells happening, you know, and then when you create life, the way the cell divided itself, it actually go exactly the same pattern like seed of life and the flower of life. It's all based on the same pattern, which is really amazing. There is a language, geometric language, that lays on the base of this reality that literally connects everything. And yeah, I think this is really exciting subject, that, especially because we never learn about it in traditional educational system. Something that is very important that is been hidden from us. Is not like, it's not even that they missed it. They hid it on purpose. That's what I believe.
Mhm. And from the knowledge that you've gained through your studies and through your art, um, tell us about the language of geometry. Can you kind of break that down into a couple components and kind of like share with us how that
Yeah.
language speaks?
Yeah, I mean, this basically frequency, so we can also translate it as the energy, and energy is the base of everything, you know. Even the light is frequency. The sound, of course, is a frequency, but even like yeah, even our thoughts are frequencies, our emotions are frequencies. So everything is based on kind of vibrations. Yeah, what else can I say about it? I really recommend to everyone to look into cymatics, tap into cymatics, because this explain a lot, even in the visual way.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes you see it's difficult to explain things the way I'm seeing it, you know, because I feel a lot. I feel the things, and then sometimes to explain feelings is a kind of difficult task. That's why I'm doing it more through visual, through for me it's much more easy to create something to show it than to explain it by words, you know. For me words are limitation.
Yes, right. Yeah, I totally get that. So I just wanted to clarify before we look at some of your images. So it sounds, Simon, that you didn't really set out to create art in this way. Did you set out to be a visual artist? I know you have, like, you know, the artistic musician side of yourself and other areas, but it seems like your path just sort of kind of unfolded without you kind of consciously, so to speak, saying, okay, yeah, like, you know, when you were little, thinking about, like, yeah, okay, drawing and painting. It seems like it just sort of happened as you were kind of introduced to certain things and things that you said, you know, that your dad introduced you to as well. Is that correct? How everything just kind of led up to this?
Disconnect for a second.
All right. Did you get that, Simon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But something stopped for a second. That I wasn't sure if I'm still there. Yeah. So to be honest, I never really planned that I'm gonna be an artist as a visual artist. I was making some art when I was a kid. I really like art. I was drawing and also experiment with many materials. But then this thing stuck for many years. You know, I get really into the music. So I always thought I'm gonna be a musician, and then I'm gonna create music. Then when I start creating the sacred geometry art, it's like it's really explode, you know, and I could see like really big potential there, like what else I could bring visually to life, you really show to people. And then when I heard many like feedbacks, messages, because people keep sending me people from over the world keep sending me messages, mostly like in like private messages, you know, and they really like things they're writing to me. They're really inspirational. They really like warming my heart and lift my spirit. Like they all really like touched by what I do, which also like give me lots of even more inspiration to carry on and keep exploring it and bring it even more. Because every each piece what I'm creating is like, as I mentioned before, it's like evolution. It keeps growing. It always something more to it. So when I look back, it's just amazing to see the whole journey, like what happened since the first piece till now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mentioned, like as you've seen on the video, nearly 2 years ago, I took this art from just drawing it on paper to I extend it to murals. Start drawing it and painting it on the walls. So yeah, and this also bring amazing result. As I already had the opportunity to doing it on some festivals and some really cool places. And yeah, people is just they're really feeling it. Like wow, just amazing. Especially one festival we just done last year in Costa Rica called Envision. And there was like so many people, like thousands of people, and really like positive people. Like the amount of love I received to my artwork was just insane. And they all been part of the creation. I was doing it for 4 days. It took me nearly 43 hours to complete. These all people been part of this creation, which also like give it even more like energy. I don't know how to call it. It's really amazing experience.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's
Creating it on the whole building.
Mhm.
So I hope I will find the right place for it soon.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And seeing your art so large scale is you know, like in person, you know, must be amazing. We have a couple images. Let's take a look at them. Um, and if you want to share a few things. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one from Costa Rica.
Mhm. Yeah, that's amazing.
So yeah, I named it Jungle Frequency, as this as the festival happened exactly in the middle of the jungle, and yeah, and I tried, which I've been surrounded with, and yeah, also like seeing this kind the these patterns, this like mandala like creation, it also like it looks like bits like cymatics. That's what also like you could name it like a frequency, because yeah, it really matched with cymatics. This is like it's the same thing.
Right, right. All right, let's look at this next one. Wow. What are the size of these, roughly?
Sorry.
What are the size of these roughly? The
Size.
yeah, the size, yeah.
Yeah, this 2.5 meter by are you talking about mural or
Um, yeah, with this particular one, I
okay,
don't
the one we're seeing now is been done on paper, is a A1 size.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, it's quite big, and yeah, it's actually taking takes me a while to finish one of these. As you can see, there's many details, a lot of details, and I don't. The thing is about this paper creation is that you can't do mistake, you can't erase mistake from this kind of paper. It's a black paper card, and then one, yeah, you just can't erase mistakes. So I have to be like fully focused to.
Right, yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just breathtaking. Um, we're
Thank
gonna
you.
need to wrap the show up in a little bit, Simon. I just want to just show, look at how beautiful. I just want to make sure that I get a few of these in. Wow. Just beautiful, Simon.
Thank you.
All right. So we just have a few moments left. I wish we could get into a little bit more of a discussion, but we do kind of need to close the show out. Tell us a little something about your art that we haven't discussed yet, and let us know how we can stay connected with you, Simon.
Right. So what else I could add? Yeah, the one thing I would like to add, I would like to mention that right now I'm working also on the online course that I will start to teaching people my own technique of creating by many people. So finally I start making this online course. So it will be available in maybe in a month time. So I will once it's ready, I will announce it on my Facebook page and also on my website. Also, I would like to add that I just recently become a member of the online store that's selling high quality art prints from the amazing artists from all over the world. The website name is awakenart.store, so you can have a look. It's really like lots of amazing pieces. Also, I think the Mark Golding is there. He was your guest not long ago, isn't it?
Yes.
He's an amazing artist. I always like his art. He's yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
really nice person. And yeah, so go have a look because it's really worth it. You know, I have one piece behind me, but you can't see it clearly.
Mhm.
But the quality of art, of the prints they make, and this is stretch canvas. It's really good. So like, yeah, highly recommend it.
Mhm.
Also, my friend, we just started to collaborate with. Michał, he lives in Scotland. He's a Polish guy living in Scotland, and then yeah, his music is really amazing. So soon we're gonna create the video clip together. So basically, gonna use his music and my visuals. So I think that's gonna be something very unique.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Yeah. So you
So
have some,
yeah,
yeah.
and and then like yeah, I have so much in my mind, so many ideas and projects that on the way. But yeah, you can watch my website and my Facebook holding
Mhm.
because a lot of more on the way. I have lots of visions to bring even more.
Yeah. It's so exciting. So now you're at a point where you're going to do some collaborative work, as you were saying, and also you're going to be teaching your particular style. You said like in a month or so. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And you have a lot of ideas. You can just kind of, feel at all the different things going on. And so we'll be excited to see how they manifest in your beautiful, beautiful artwork and then some of your like, 3D animation and whatever else you come up with and sound vibration and all the different areas that you work in. It's so exciting, Simon. Thank you so much for being our guest today on Art and Talk. It was, thank you. Yeah, it was just a pleasure to get to know you, and your work is just exquisite, really breathtaking. And as you said, we really, feel that state of, that union state and harmony.
Yeah, especially at these times, what's going on, to harmonize ourselves and to stay to center ourselves and not get crazy with all that yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
all that thing what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Well, we'll stay connected with you and your beautiful artwork and whatnot. So again, thank you so much, Simon, for being our guest today on Art and Talk, and much success with all your new endeavors and stay connected with us so we know what's going on with you and some new projects and your new art. And thanks for sharing your art and your artistic journey with us.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Simon. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you.
watching Art and Talk today. And we'll be in touch and we'll talk soon on the next Art and Talk. Until then, be well and be blessed.